Hi guys! So for today's video I decided I was going to film my MAC lipstick collection because I've never filmed one before and my collection has grown recently, so I thought now would be the perfect time because I feel like I actually have enough lipsticks to justify having a MAC collection. This is basically all of my lipsticks. I know there's not tons, but the collection is growing, I promise you, so there will probably be an updated one at some point. Probably in like 7 or 8 months time or something, but there will be an update, I promise. But for now, this is my collection. I tried to build my collection based around shades that I would use on an everyday basis, so there's a few nudes ranging through to some really dark shades, but they're all colours that I find I wear a lot and colours which I think would benefit my collection, not just like really random colours that I'm never going to wear. For example, brown lipsticks really don't suit me, so I'm not going to buy a brown lip shade. So I'm going to start with the nudiest nude that I have. That sounds really weird. The nudiest nude. I'm going to start with the lightest shade that I have and show you that. Oh, and before I forget, because I know I'll get asked, this little pot is from IKEA. I think it cost about £1.50 and I've actually painted it with some gold glitter nail varnish that I don't use because it was clear and I just thought it looked better gold. So yeah, that's my story. I do actually use this as a tea light holder. The lipsticks are just in this for the sake of the video, just to let you know. So I'm going to start with the first shade, which is Blankety, which is an amplified shade, and I got this on eBay actually about a year ago. There was a girl selling it because it wasn't her shade and she'd never actually used it, like it was literally like still in that crisp cut thing, but I think she'd been given it as a present, so I picked this up for like £6, which is really, really good. I very highly doubt you will find a MAC lipstick that cheap on eBay now because they're so in demand. But I'm just going to show you what that looks like. If you can see, I'll do a close-up, but it's just a really nice warm brown shade. It's a very nudie nude, but I really, really like this one. I find it to be a really complementary colour to my skin tone because I don't really suit cool colours, I suit quite warm colours. So I'm just absolutely in love with this one. So this is basically Blankety. It's a really nice nude for if you don't want to look like you're wearing too much. I really like how it applies. I think it's a really smooth, shiny on one. I quite like that they're not completely matte, the amplified shades. They've got a little bit of sheen to them. And I just really, really like it. I find it to be a really nice, warm colour. Next up I have Yash, which is a matte shade. This is Yash, which is one of the matte shades, and it's really similar to Blankety. It's got quite a warm brown tone to it, but it is still really nice and creamy, and I really, really like the colour of this one. It's not too warm, it's slightly more cool, but it's probably the most similar to my actual lip colour, which I love. So that is Yash, which as you can see is really, really similar to my lip colour. It's probably the best nude for if you don't want to look like you're wearing nude lipstick as such because of the matte, but I absolutely love this one. I find that it really complements my complexion, especially in selfies, which yes, I did just admit that, but I just love the colour of this one. When I've got a tan, it just makes it look even nicer. It makes my skin tone look amazing, and I just really, really like this shade. It's the first matte one I've bought, I think, so I think I'm definitely going to go back for another one. But this was actually bought because my friend Shah had it and I tried it and really, really liked it. So thank you for this one, Shah. The last nude that I have is Peach Stock, which is one of the satin shades, meaning these apply probably the best, and this is quite a shiny tone, shall we say. Peach Stock is again really similar, but I find this one's a lot more orangey rather than brown. Like, I know that sounds really stupid, it's a nude, but this one's a lot more like coral toned, obviously hence the peach, and I really, really like this. So as you can see, this is Peach Stock. It's slightly more coral nude. I really, really like that about this one because I find that despite it actually being a nude, it is still slightly coral, so it's more of a obvious nude and it's kind of like more of a dressy one. The next one is Snob, which is a satin shade again, and it is my all-time favourite. It's a really warm pink and I'm just obsessed with the colour. I think it's probably the most complementary to my skin tone. It's just got a really nice pinky tone to it, like there's no purpley shades or anything in there. It's just a really, really nice pink shade. So this is Snob. I'm not really sure if you can see it in the best light on this camera, but this is my favourite nudie pinky lip. if I just want something really light and pastel-y. You've probably seen this a million times on my blog because I wear this in nearly every outfit picture. I actually wear this in nearly every video as well, so you've probably seen it a fair few times, but this is my all-time favourite shade, and satin again applies really smoothly and it's just gorgeous. Okay, next shade that I have is Germain, which is another amplified shade. Tash bought me this one for my birthday, and I've only actually used it a couple of times because I don't find it to be the most suiting shade to my skin tone, but I do really like it. It's so well pigmented, but I find this to be quite a Barbie pink, and I'm not a really Barbie pink person, so this is probably my least used MAC, but I really like the shade. I think it's a beautiful pink. It's just really nice, and it's worth investing in if you want like a Barbie pink shade. It's a more bright colour and it's just gorgeous. I really like it, I just don't find that it suits me this much, like loads. The next lipstick I have is Pink Pearl Drop, which is a Cream Sheen shade. This I actually bought on the John Lewis website, so I didn't really know what it looked like before I bought it. Like, I tried to look on Google and stuff, but there wasn't really many swatches, and it's just gorgeous. Like, I absolutely love the shade of this. Like, I can't even describe it. It's just a really, like, raspberry pink. It's to die for, and it's just amazing. I find that because it's a Cream Sheen one, you can't really see it as obviously as the others, but it gives a really nice shine, a bit like lip gloss, and it's got a really, like I said, raspberry shade. It's quite pink. I'm not sure how well it's coming across in the camera, but in my mirror it's coming across like really pink, and it's quite a, I don't know, it's like just a raspberry pink, and again a warm shade because I don't really own any cool ones, but I really like this one. It's a new favourite of mine, and it's just so beautiful. The next one is exclusive to the Pro Store, so you would have to go into like Covent Garden or something to buy this one, but it's Show Orchid, which is an amplified shade. I've had this one quite a while and I'm in love. It's a really bold, bright pink, and it's just a really gorgeous shade. This one again is like a darker raspberry pink. I'd say it's probably quite like, it's a bit of a purpley pink, if we were to go there, and it's a really bold shade. Like, this is one of my more night out ones, or if I'm feeling a bit braver. This one I always get complimented on when I go out in public. Like, if I'm out at uni or something, I always get commented on this lip colour. It's just a really gorgeous shade. Like, I literally love it. It makes my eyes look a lot more green, which I really like. I think it's just a gorgeous shade, and it's just really bright and purpley pink. Getting a bit more technical with these MAC terms now, Jess. The next shade is Vegas Vault, which is another amplified shade, and this one is the only coral that I have. It's a really gorgeous colour. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like a nudie coral. It's kind of like peach stock, but a little bit darker. And I bought this for my brother's graduation because I really liked the colour. I just think it's beautiful, and it's definitely one that's going to stay in my collection as like an investment piece, because it's the kind of colour that you can't really find anywhere else. Like, I certainly haven't anyway. And it's just a natural shade. It's not too bright, it's not too bold, and it's just beautiful for every day. It's kind of like the in-between like shade of pink and coral. Like, if you're not quite ready to try coral shades yet, but you're not quite in the pinks, it's just a beautiful colour. Like, I really love it. The next shade is another amplified again. I seem to really like these amplified ones, but this is Morange, which is one that I picked up with Ellie, who is from Ellie's Ramblings. Ellie Stedman, you might know her as. And this is a really bold orange. Like, I love this one. It's so bright. Like, there's no denying this is a straight up orange. Like, there's no trying to get around it with any other shades. This is a straight orange shade. I love it, but I find that it can be kind of hard to pull off, because if you have, like, it only suits like certain skin tones. I think I personally don't pull it off that well, but I really like the colour, so I refuse to let it go. But it's a really beautiful shade. I'm in love with it. It's to die for. And it's kind of like a one-of-a-kind MAC. You can't really find any other shades in MAC especially that are similar to this. It's quite a one-off. Okay, the next shade is everyone's favourite, which is Rebel. Rebel is a satin shade, and it is a very dark pinky purple shade. I'm in love with this. It's gorgeous. I think I've said I'm in love with like every shade, but I am. Like, I use these MACs to death. And this is probably one of my all-time favourites. I think it's like a blogger favourite because everyone seems to own Rebel, and it's just a gorgeous colour. It's perfect. But this is kind of like a shade when you want to wear dark lipstick but you aren't brave enough to go like really dark. This is probably the darkest lipstick I owned for a very long time, but I really like that it's got the pink undertone. Like, I feel like it's sort of like a darker version of Show Orchid, which is really cute. I absolutely love this. I wear it all the time, especially in like the colder months, and it's just a really beautiful colour. It's really bold, it's really bright, it's really in your face but in a nice way. The last shade that I own is Cyber, which is a satin again, and this is literally the darkest lipstick I own. It's a really bluey purple colour. It's not really that similar to Rebel, but I'm obsessed. I think it's probably the darkest one that MAC do without doing a black. And it's just gorgeous. Like, I've seen this on quite a few people's YouTube channels and stuff, but it's by far my favourite shade, and this is again a relatively new addition. This is probably the most new apart from the 3 that I've just bought. This is probably the most in-your-face shade that I own. It's beautiful, it's really dark, it's really just a gorgeous colour. The only thing I find is that it does fade off really quickly, so you do have to reapply it quite a bit. And it definitely looks better with like a lip liner and stuff, but I absolutely love this one, and it's the finale of my collection, which is perfect because it's the darkest one that you could own. That is the end of my MAC collection. I know I don't own like the most MAC lipsticks in the world, I only have 11, but that is my collection, and I'm really proud of my little collection. But I really like all the shades I have. I can justify each and every one, and I use them all really regularly. So it's not like they're a waste of money or anything, like they are an investment piece to my collection. And I really like them. If you would like me to do more videos like this, maybe a Topshop lipstick collection or something like that, let me know in the comments section down below, and I'd be more than happy to do one. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to leave in the comments what your favourite lipstick was that I own. Bye guys, I'll see you in my next video.